All right, let's talk about something that I'm willing to bet a lot of us have been through. You know, that experience of standing in front of a mirror, repeating positive phrases, and just feeling like you're not getting anywhere. If that sounds familiar, then this is for you. We're going to dig into why that frustration is so incredibly common and why it might not be your fault at all. You know the drill, right? We pick that one quality we really truly want to feel in our bones, like confidence. Or maybe it's worthiness. Or the big one, abundance. And we just say it over and over, hoping that if we repeat it enough times, it'll somehow stick and become our reality. But what happens in that moment? You say the words, and almost immediately, there's that little voice inside that whispers, yeah, but I'm not. That internal tug of war, that feeling of trying to fight a part of yourself that just isn't buying it, well, that's exactly why so many of us give up. It makes you feel like you're the one failing the system. But here's the thing. What if it's not you? What if it was never about your willpower or how much you believed? What if the tool itself, the traditional affirmation, has some serious structural flaws? What if we've all been trying to build a house with a broken blueprint? To really get this, we have to look at something called syntax. And no, I don't mean grammar from English class. In this context, think of syntax as the invisible architecture of your emotional world. It's like the framing inside the walls of a house. You can't see it, but it determines the shape and feel of every single room. It's the deep structure that quietly organizes how we think and feel. So check this out. This is a perfect example of a flawed syntax. An affirmation like, I have the right to exist. Just listen to how that's constructed. What does it feel like? It feels like you're in a courtroom, right? You're literally putting yourself on trial and arguing for your own life. And your subconscious mind, it hears that argument and immediately starts playing the part of the opposing lawyer, looking for all the evidence to prove you wrong. And that is exactly where the whole process breaks down. There's this massive gap between the statement you're making and what your body and your nervous system actually know from lived experience. And when that gap exists, you don't get transformation. You get internal friction. It's like you're grinding the gears of your own mind. So you see, the old syntax makes a demand for belief. It's confrontational. An alternative syntax wouldn't demand anything at all. It would be an invitation. It would gently invite you into a new experience instead of trying to win an argument with a part of yourself. This really gets to the heart of it. Our subconscious mind, it just doesn't speak in simple, logical statements. It's not designed to connect with phrases that are, as this says, emotionally linear and symbolically flat. The language of the subconscious is one of rhythm, pattern, imagery, and feeling. To really reach it, you have to speak its language. And here's another huge problem with the blueprint. Traditional affirmations usually target just one quality. I am confident. I am worthy. But that's like trying to fix a single broken window in a house when the entire foundation is cracked. You're trying to fix a surface-level symptom while completely ignoring the underlying structure that's holding everything, or not holding everything, together. So a more effective approach, like the kind you find in the work of harmonic linguistics, doesn't just hit a single note over and over. It creates a full chord. It works as a complete, balanced system. It's not a cognitive argument. It's a rhythmic pattern designed to address the entire foundation, not just one little piece of it. So let's just put it all together. When you look at it this way, you can see 5 major design flaws. They create internal resistance. They ignore the underlying architecture of who you are. They pretty much only work on the conscious mind. They get stale because there's no real progression, and they can even create imbalance by focusing too hard on just one quality. And all of this leads to the most important question, doesn't it? If the old blueprint is broken, and now we understand why, what would it look like to design a language for transformation that actually works? A language that works with our subconscious, that honors our entire inner architecture, and that creates real, lasting change without all that friction and struggle. Well, that's the question we're going to dive into next time.